Hey Patreon fam. So I decided to do my own top 10 Real Housewives of all time. Now I'm sure y'all heard Carlos King's top 10, so that's why I was more so inspired to do my own. Carlos King thinks Nene leaks. I need to work on it because that first time I did it, like just out of the blue, it was perfect. Now I can't recreate it. Anyway, I'm going to give y'all a couple of disclaimers before I tell y'all my top 10. First and foremost, it is my opinion, just my opinion. If you disagree, that's fine. Feel free to put y'all's top 10 in the comments. I love to read the comments. Also, my second disclaimer is a few franchises are left out, and I'll tell y'all why. So OC, yeah, I didn't watch the OC. I can't get into it, so no, I can't put Heather Dubrow, I can't put Vicky, I can't put Tamara on there. I'm sure there are housewives worthy, but I just don't watch it. So I can't say they're my top 10. Of course, Dallas isn't on here for obvious reasons. Miami, I just got into it. If I could put one of the girls on the list, it would be Alexia. I think it's Alexia or Alexis. I think it's Alexia. Salt Lake City, no, of course not. Nope, nobody on here made the top 10. And last but not least, unfortunately, y'all, no one on Potomac made my top 10. And this is why. So I love Karen. I love the messiness Ashley brings. And the two-faced Gabrici herself, Giselle, no. I'm sorry. The closest person to be on the list would be maybe Karen or Ashley, but it's just, to me, the ladies on Potomac work more as an ensemble and not singular. We see Karen getting her own special, but it's like, I like Karen when she's fighting with Giselle, and I like Giselle when she's just being messy in the group. And Giselle is like a producer. I know she made Carlos King's list, but I disagree with that because what does a Real Housewife bring? Like, she brings her drama, her story, she has money, and I just feel like Giselle, she's more of a producer and she's more like an antagonist, you know? Like Kenya does, Lord, I'm bigging up Kenya. Kenya does what Giselle does better, if that makes sense. And Ashley almost made the list, and like I said on Pop Roast, like Ashley's drama has been the forefront for at least 4 seasons, and she brings the mess. She's not afraid to be the antagonist like she was with Robin and Monique. I just feel like there was some housewives on my list that just brought it more. And I'm gonna save Ashley for an honorable mention at the end. Okay, so without further ado, this is my top 10 housewives of all time. So coming in at number 10 is Kyle Richards. And you know, she's from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She's an OG. By the way, being an OG sometimes just qualifies you to even be in the top 10. Now, Kyle wasn't always one of my favorites, but I just love her consistency. That's what it is. And she holds her ground. She really keeps the drama going. She's almost like a producer herself. Like the greatest housewives are producers themselves. Now, Giselle, she's a bad producer, but some of the chicks on this list, they are stellar at it. Honestly, I'm just impressed by her longevity. She keeps up with all the girls, old and new, and she wound up being the last one standing. Like, I thought between her and Lisa Vanderpump, like Vanderpump would win, but yeah, Vanderpump can stay off the show. Like, I thought it would have been in trouble, but Kyle just kept it moving. I love that she factors in her family with it. Like, without Kyle, we wouldn't have Kim or Kathy. She also has quotable moments. I mean, she has the Kyle, even though it wasn't her. You're such a fucking liar, Camille. And most importantly, when you think of Beverly Hills, you think of Kyle Richards. Like, she checks every box. She brings the glam sometimes, y'all. She has the wealth. Wealth. She ain't rich. She is wealthy. Her money ain't funny. She's actually a housewife. You know, her and Mauricio, she has the hot husband. I think Mauricio is still fine, don't y'all? And I've really just taken a fondness to Kyle. Like every time I'm in LA, I'm just like, oh my God, I hope I run into one of the Beverly Hills housewives, especially Kyle. I remember at BravoCon, she was on a panel, but she had to rush to the next one. And unfortunately, I had to take a picture with Dorit instead. She's definitely top 10 worthy. She's an OG. I really cannot see Beverly Hills without Kyle, you know? Like, she just really pushes the plot forward. And last but not least, what I love about Kyle is she has this talent to just bring out the best in her castmates. So, yes, I love me some Kyle Richards, and I can't wait to start saying Kyle again in the next 2 weeks when Beverly Hills season starts. Coming in at number 9 for me is Kandi Burrus. Now, I think she deserves to be on this list because, first and foremost, her longevity. The way she has parlayed this platform to support her empire is very impressive. She is the highest paid housewife on Atlanta. I do think that it is her time to go. But overall, her track record is pretty consistent. When she is poked, the bear does come out. It's just hard to get it out of her. Like, she has given so many memeable moments. The lies. Well, what you said was some bullshit. I'ma drag you in this bitch. Like, just so many things. And that's why Bravo keeps giving her spinoffs. You know, she's had spinoff after spinoff. I think she's had 5 at this point. Kandi just knows how to keep a check, you know? Similar like to Bethenny, like what she parlayed this platform into for herself. Also what Kandi does behind the scenes. Like I think y'all read that Variety article where she actually talks to the network about hiring black production companies, and Kandi knows how to put people on. She really does, and I'm enjoying Kandi and the gang. Like if you're with Kandi, you are taken care of. I also think Kandi deserves to be on this list because she just checks every box of what makes a great housewife. She's still fun. She will get with you. Don't start none, won't be none. She has some drama, and she's entertaining. I mean, point blank, period. But let's get to the next one. So at number 8, we have Dorinda. I love me some Dorinda. I think she is one of the best cast additions in housewife history. Like she has so many moments. Clip, back that shit up. How you doing? Not well, bitch. In order to be a great housewife, you gotta have catchphrases, you gotta have memorable moments. The way like Dorinda just switches, like she has that Jekyll and Hyde behind her. Like one minute she is just sweet as can be, but no, don't talk about her man. Don't offend her in any way. Don't embarrass her or else it's not gonna be nice. I made it nice! Like she turns gangsta like that. She's had some incredibly fun drunken moments, and unfortunately when they took her off, I do think that she needed a break. Like she was just becoming mean. Even though Bravo didn't ask her back for that season, she's coming back for Ultimate Girls Trip, and I cannot wait. I hope we get a Dorinda blow up. I hope we get the fun Dorinda. I honestly wouldn't mind if Dorinda came back to the Legacy or the newer Housewives, but I think she has a better chance of coming back on the Legacy version because I think they want a whole revamp of the other Housewives. Coming in at number 7 is Countess LuAnn Dedice. I think she is pinnacle housewife, like with the delusion added. I mean, she was wealthy at one point, over the top. She has had levels, y'all. Even though she's come back and forth like Sheree, she has definitely had a plot line. She gives a peak delusion. Like, I enjoy LuAnn. Like, even on season 4, when I think that's, like a lot of people say that's the worst season of Housewives, I enjoyed that season. I'm aware that like some of the New York housewives, she can be a bit problematic. Again, I'm overlooking that. I'm just saying what makes her a good housewife. And of course, I wouldn't mind her being on the Legacy one. She was really fun on Ultimate Girls Trip. It's just from where LuAnn started to where she is now, it's just so crazy. Like she's married on the show, she got divorced on the show, like her kids grew up, she got arrested. Like she's just good fucking television, you know? She's going at it with every single housewife on the cast, I think. She's going at it with Dorinda, Sonia, Ramona, Alex McCord in her Herman Munster shoes. Oh my God. Like, she has been through the ringer. She deserves to be on this list. I cannot believe she didn't make Carlos King's list because she is just as consistent as that racist bitch Ramona. She really is. I've got to make this disclaimer as well. It's like, I don't like some of these housewives on the list, but I can't deny that they have actually brought it as housewives and deserve to be top 10 of all time. Coming in at number 6 is Teresa Giudice for me. I mean, she is the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I mean, she was that girl when they paused the whole season just to wait for her to get out of jail. That's how I knew, oh, this is the Teresa show, and she should be top 10 just on that. Just on that. And of course, she's had iconic moments. She's had the table flip, chasing down Danielle in that banquet hall. Like, the family drama has surrounded her, like, for at least 80% of the season. It's been more so focused on Teresa. So yeah, I mean, it's the Teresa show. She belongs on this list. She has the level of delusion. She's an OG as well. Why wouldn't she be on this list? I agree with Carlos. Coming in at number 5, the bitch herself, Ramona Singer. Now, I can't stand this fucking cunt. I really cannot stand her, but she has brought it as a housewife. Like, she is Upper East Side white woman personified. Like, she is a character that we love to hate, much like Kenya. Even with her and Kenya in the same show, I was rooting for Kenya to drag her ass. What Ramona did in season, I want to say, was it 13 of Housewives? Yeah, season 13, it was unforgivable. You know, I hate to say it, like, she gives good drama. She's also an OG. I don't care if I would ever see her again on television, but you just can't deny, like, from seasons 1 to shit. Yeah, for the entire run of New York City Housewives, like when her and Bethenny go at it, her and Jill, like her and anybody, honestly, it just is what it is. Like the shit that will come out of her mouth. Like, I met Ramona in person. She is just how she is on the show. Now, she didn't get with me on that level because I would have cursed her ass out and probably lost my job. But I've seen her do it at my job. Love her or hate her, she is what you think about when you think of the Real Housewives of New York. You can't mention Housewives of New York without Ramona Singer. You can also see how much Bravo loves Ramona because they protect the shit out of her. To the point of the network splitting the franchise into 2 just to save your job. Yes, you deserve to be on top 10 housewives of all time. All right, we're getting closer to number 1. Number 4, speaking of people I love to hate, Kenya Moore. She deserves top 5, y'all. And y'all can look back at my reviews. You can hear what we all said about her on Pop Roast. I mean, it's all true, but she is one of the best additions in Atlanta of all time. She really shook the table when she came on. I think she even changed the trajectory of the show, you know? Like, she really gave Nene a run for her money. It's crazy that she outlasted Nene on this show. She has a lot of moments. She has Gone with the Wind fabulous. She knows how to read a bitch. I love rooting for the person that's reading the fuck out of her. Shout out to Phaedra. Y'all can say whatever y'all want about that rehearsed read. If it was rehearsed, it came out flawlessly. That execution of that read was flawless. There was radio silence afterwards. Just on that, I was going to put Phaedra on this list, but I decided against it because, again, this top 10 also speaks to the longevity of everybody on this list as well. But back to Kenya. Yeah, she's just someone that you love to hate. You know, it's crazy because when I met her at BravoCon, like if you didn't hear me say this, that she was so nice in person. She even held the line up so we can still take pictures with her and Portia. I really want to see Portia. I'm starting to think that she does this for the show. Of course, she is a producer as well. Carlos King got it right when he put her on the list. She definitely deserves it. I can't wait to see what Kenya brings on this season. She says she's not going to be worried about being a villain this time. She's just going to be herself. We shall see. And oh yeah, what also makes Kenya a good housewife is her level of delusion as well. Let's see, let's keep it going. Top 3. Number 3, we have Lisa Rinna. Lisa Rinna, she just understands the motherfucking assignment. She doesn't care if she's gonna be hated by the fans. After the season wraps, she knows she gave goddamn good television. Let's talk about your arrest. Were people doing coke in your bathroom? Oof, you're so angry. I mean, she really lit a fire under Beverly Hills. Erika Jayne, she definitely elevated the show. I think Lisa Rinna, she elevated the show in her own way too. She gives no fucks. And she also, I mean, she apologizes too sometimes. It's hard for me to dislike her. You know, like I called her out last season because she was pissing me off how she wasn't holding Erika accountable. But still, I enjoy her on the show. She's just a good housewife. I mean, who would have known? You know, like, yeah, she's an actress. You know, I can't think of one role that she was in, but I think she was in like, what, Days of Our Lives or something? She just checks every box as a housewife. She got the money. She glammed it up when Erika Jayne came on the scene. Like, these wigs, she be bringing it. I love me some Lisa Rinna, and she is on my list of housewives that I want to meet. Again, when I'm in LA, like, I want to run into Kyle or Lisa Rinna. Like, I will fan the fuck out if I see Lisa Rinna. I love her. I'm sorry. Like, she's a messy ass bitch. But hey, it makes a good housewife. We're almost there, y'all. Coming in at number 2, Bethenny Frankel. I mean, she's that bitch, you know? Like, every season she was on was good for Housewives of New York. Like, unfortunately for the franchise of New York, it can still go on, but it's just not at the best level without Bethenny. And Bethenny knows this, you know? Again, she's like Candy in how she parlayed this platform into a multi-million-dollar brand for herself. It's crazy, and like Carlos King said, they had to make a clause after her, after how much money she made off of like putting her brand on Bravo. She has so many moments as well, like the mention it all, and the, what else? Go to sleep! Go to sleep! The way she be reading these girls, the way she read Sonia Morgan for imitating her brand, she eviscerated LuAnn. I remember that. The way she goes at Ramona, oh my God. I root for Bethenny every time she goes against Ramona. Who can forget Bethenny and Jill? Like, peak seasons of New York is 1 through 3. And 7 through 10, I think. Like every season with New York and Bethenny was on it, it was an amazing season. She's a producer in her own right. Like, she just knows what makes good TV, and she brings the best out of all the women. I mean, her wit is unmatched. Unmatched. Like, we want to see her back on Housewives, but at this point, like Bethenny said, they would have to back up the Brinks truck for her to be back on, because she knows her worth. I think I told y'all already that I met Bethenny in person. Like, I waited on her. She was very sweet. I would love to see her on the reboot, but I know it's probably not going to happen. The only time I didn't like Bethenny is when she went up against Carol. Carol did nothing wrong to Bethenny, and Bethenny was just, she was so calculated and stuff, and you can see how, you know, Andy was kissing her ass at the reunion. But yeah, overall, love Bethenny. Definitely top 2. And speaking of which, y'all know who my number 1 is. Of course it is. No matter if I can't stand her right now, you cannot deny that Nene Lenethea Leakes, she is that bitch. She is the icon. She was the moment. Nene is Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, unfortunately, she's fallen from grace now, and she's suing the network. We talk about it on Pop Rose. Go check it out after you watch this. But she has brought so much. And of course, I agree with Carlos King. We have the same number 1. She should be number 1 on everybody's list. She embodies the Housewives franchise, period. She may not be the richest housewife, but she's the most iconic one. She has a meme for every single human emotion. She's in the African American History Museum next to Felicia Rashad. She has so many catchphrases. So many. Like, I can't think of them all, but I mean, of course, I said what I said. What's your status at the bank? They're done. They're done. I could be here all day. I could do a top 10 of Nene's memes, a top 10 of Nene's catchphrases. She is going toe to toe with so many people. I miss her on Atlanta. I just wish Nene got out of her own way. She's the biggest self-saboteur, but you can't take her legacy away from her. Like, she is an icon on Bravo. She definitely ruined her own bag. It makes me sad that Nene is where she is today, because she should be in a level like how Kyle is or how Candy is with the network. She should be having her own shows just like Candy, but again, I just think, Nene wasn't a team player. She got greedy, full of herself. So, it is what it is. Nene, no matter what you think of her, she is the number one. She's one of the greatest reality TV stars of all time. Up there with New York Tiffany Pollard. I would say even Kim Kardashian. You think of those people when you think of reality TV. So that is my top 10, y'all. If y'all don't agree with it, let me know in the comments why. If you do agree, let me know. And put your top 10 in the comments as well. So before I close the video out, I do want to give a shout out to the honorable mentions that didn't make the list. Honorable mention goes to Lisa Vanderpump, for obvious reasons. Sheree Whitfield, gotta give her flowers. She made Carlos' list, but I couldn't put her in my top 10. Jill Zarin, still love me some Jill Zarin, even though she lasted only 4 seasons on Housewives of New York, she made that much of an impact. Phaedra Parks, just for the Kenya Reed alone, she deserves to be in the top 15, top 20. And I'm gonna say Ashley Darby, because I feel like I gotta put at least one person for Potomac, give them an honorable mention. So with that, y'all, that was my list and my honorable mentions. Thanks for watching, y'all. I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.